People just misuse the spot because it's convenient for them.
When Hunter Chantium worked as a fare inspector for Metrolinx, he said fare evasion was a big priority, but enforcing the misuse of accessible parking spots was not.
When it came to me personally to enforcing, I had a lot of tools that, I can see someone's permit, I can give them a ticket. If they don't show their permit, they can be given a ticket, for example. So I had the tools to enforce it. I didn't necessarily felt that I was being backed up by the management team when I did try to, protect people's rights and the spots here.
The former fare inspector reached out to CBC Toronto after we reported on the issue of people without permits parking in spots reserved for people with disabilities. He believes Metrolinx has the resources to better enforce parking.
Metrolinx has very robust and comprehensive human rights and racial bias training. I think that they're aware that there's an issue and they need to uphold their duties under the Act to protect vulnerable people that come to the stations or take the service at all.
Commuter Heather Morgan says she's missed trains and nearly been struck by vehicles as a result of the spots being misused. In February, she said she wanted to see more measures taken to address the issue. Morgan says she was recently contacted by a station manager with a promise to make improvements, but she says nothing has changed.
There's no new monitoring, there's no new signs, there's nothing. The situation is status quo.
Morgan says she's been raising the issue to Metrolinx for 2 years and even saw a Metrolinx contractor parked in an accessible spot without a permit last month.
Other people think other issues are more pressing, but it does say something about how you're valuing your customers who require accessibility. I'm not the only person who is dealing with this. This isn't the only station where this is a problem.
Why does she have to become a sort of proxy bylaw enforcer, right? Like this needs to be taken care of by the organization.
In a statement, Metrolinx says since February, it's increased the number of staff specifically assigned to parking enforcement across the network and issued fines to anyone misusing the accessible spaces. We asked Metrolinx how many of those fines they've handed out in the last 5 years, but they didn't provide us with those numbers. The statement also said it is absolutely unacceptable for anyone, including contractors hired by Metrolinx, to misuse accessible parking spaces.
If you were to ask somebody, would you rather park in a space that reduces the risk of injury to a disabled person or not? Most people are going to say, yeah, I don't want to be involved in potentially injuring a disabled person because of my parking decisions. That's in some ways ostensibly what people are doing.
A call for more accountability from Metrolinx, but also more consideration from residents. Talia, Ricci, CBC News, Toronto.